Hello, and welcome to Year of the Vampire. This week we watched Billy the Kid versus Dracula.
I'm not gonna lie, we watched this movie for like one scene, which happened in the last minute or two of the movie, and I'm not sure watching the other 72 minutes of it was actually worth it.
I think it was. That part specifically was just hilarious.
I mean, yeah, but... Alright, so the movie's got a really simple plot. There's Dracula, right? Actually, now that I think about it, was it even supposed to be... I know it's supposed to be Dracula, but they never meant to call him Dracula in the movie.
They never used his actual name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he stole that dude's identity that he got killed by Native Americans, and like I get it's supposed to be Dracula, but he's never once called Dracula.
Nah, it was like
he's either James Underhill, I think.
Yes, that sounds right.
Or the Vampire. But no, they don't call him Dracula. So I don't know. I think it could have done better if it didn't advertise him as being Dracula specifically, because, I mean, vampire in fancy black outfit, but...
It could have just as easily passed as Billy the Kid versus a vampire.
The Vampire.
I mean, it's just one, so...
Yeah, it's just the one. So... Oh, we forgot to mention that part of the plot was the guy whose identity he stole. He's trying to, like, turn the guy's niece into a vampire. Yeah, because he's like creeping on her, and everyone just thinks he's her uncle the whole time. So it's kind of uncomfortable, actually.
It is a little uncomfortable.
Like, it's weird.
Like, I suppose it could be passable if you can remember that he's not actually related to her.
I mean, I remembered that. I just kept forgetting that it was supposed to be Dracula. I was like, yeah, it's just some asshole vampire.
I mean, I guess I completely blanked on the fact that it's Dracula, but yeah, it's just a vampire, you can tell, because he wears all black and a cape that happens to have red on the inside.
Yeah, because that means Dracula. Anyway, what'd you think about the acting?
It was very campy.
I mean, I don't think it was very campy. I mean, the movie's from 1966, so...
I don't know how else you'd describe it.
I don't know. I don't think that this movie is meant to be taken all that seriously, but I don't... Okay, I guess some of it can be kind of campy. I don't know. I just feel like I've seen campier acting, but...
I mean, yeah.
Maybe I'm just putting it up against some of the other movies that we've watched already this year, and which isn't exactly fair. I mean, the acting wasn't great, but it wasn't levels of like fucking Ultraviolet or Samurai Priest levels.
Yeah, those were really bad. I
don't know. I just found a lot of the acting just kind of not great.
That dude, the vampire, he had a wild stare when he's like, I'm assuming hypnotizing people.
I mean, yeah, like, all he actually did in the movie, really, was just stare at people, and they shined a red light on him.
And he turns into a bat.
Oh, we'll get to that in the in the fifth section.
Yes.
Sound and music. I mean, this was another movie where they just did a lot of, like, kind of string orchestral stuff, but I appreciated how when he was doing his vampire stuff, they added that theremin. Because that way the scene was supposed to be scary.
There was so much theremin. Almost...
Like, it was every other scene with him in it.
It almost felt like we were watching like a science fiction thing, if it weren't for the fact that it was a Western film.
I would have thought it was science fiction if it weren't for the fact that it was a Western.
Although there was no technology.
Yeah. Cinematography.
I feel like half the movie is just handheld, which is really weird for that time.
They didn't do anything all that, like, interesting or unique. It was just, a lot of the movie was talking, and a lot of the cinematography was just shots of the people talking.
Yeah, like, it should have been mostly still frame, but like I said, a few of them you could tell that someone is holding the camera because they occasionally moved. Or on occasion just, like, rotated the camera slightly and zoomed in or something. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't know. like, there's not a lot of the movies that we really have much to say about the cinematography, but this one has even less because they really didn't. I never saw anything interesting that they did with it.
And this would just delve back to the audio part slightly. The quality is low, but again, it was in the 60s when the entire thing was filmed, and I don't think this was like a Hollywood film.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
Speaking of low quality, though, don't try and watch this on Tubi. The resolution on that is so bad you can't even tell what's happening.
Yeah, how is it worse than it is on the YouTube one you can just watch for free?
It's so everything is so freaking dark, and that's not just the night scenes when it's clearly daytime, but they just put a blue filter over it.
Okay, that was kind of amusing because
they
mentioned that it was nighttime like 10 times, and for a few seconds I'm like, is this?
You can tell it's night because it's blue. No, there's no way the moon should be giving off that much goddamn light. That is not what nighttime looks like.
But yeah, so the only real difference from night and day is they just remove the
blue filter.
the frame over your camera.
Probably because cameras didn't really work at night back then.
All right.
At least I don't think well.
No.
Special effects. There were a couple. Like, there was the bat you mentioned where it was just like a really fake bat. I think on
like
some
wires.
Yeah, I think it was on like probably fishing line or something, so you couldn't actually see it. But
I don't even know how to describe the sound they made when the bat was like flying around.
I do. I said it sounded like a squeaky wagon wheel.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, there was also, like we mentioned earlier, him using his powers where he's just staring at the camera and they're shining a red light on him.
Yeah.
Or when he the couple times he teleports where he just appears. He even did that as a bat. Cut. He's like outside the window as a bat in one scene. Then he just teleports back in his humanoid form. I didn't realize he could use like multiple powers at one time, but I guess he just can. I
guess some of the fun use they did with the obviously like fake bat on wires was the few shots where they had it fly behind something and then he just walked out of the same area because the dude was probably just waiting behind it for the bat to land.
Yes.
It works though. Like what would you do with a film around that time? We didn't have
that
the kind
you
of
would
technology
do that
to make it do anything else, and you needed him to appear. Or
I think the best special effect was at the end when his body just degraded into a skeleton.
Okay,
though I thought wild. It was weird how they left and Elizabeth or Betty, I guess is her nickname, like didn't notice the skeleton wearing the clothes of the man she probably still thought was her uncle since she was unconscious the whole time that he revealed he was a vampire.
Oh, speaking of...
They just completely ignored it as remains.
Okay, so let's talk about the very meme-worthy part we watched the entire movie for, since we're at that point.
I mean, Billy the Kid throwing the empty revolver at him and it taking him out?
Yeah, so both him and the sheriff shoot him multiple times, and it doesn't do anything, obviously, so yeah. Billy just chucks the gun and hits the dude right in the face with it. I'm pretty sure he actually hit the guy in the face.
He goes that down, then he just like hammers the doctor's scalpel into his chest with a fucking rock, and I guess that works. But then he wakes up, they leave, and then it's the end.
So it's an amusing movie. It's not really great.
It's not really good either. I don't know. I'd recommend it if you don't have anything better to watch and you're in the mood for kind of a strange, campy Western.